So the three major functions of the ankle and the foot are shock absorption, adapt to the level or the unevenness of the ground, and provide a stable base of support to propel the body forward. Okay? So all of this ultimately rests on your ankle and your heels, your feet. Okay? How your feet adapt to the terrain makes a difference in how you manage the terrain. So, you know, in so many facilities, you'll see patients that, you know, yes, they can walk forever on a smooth, flat, unobstructed surface. But you take them outside, you know, you have to. Take them outside, walk them in the grass. You know, it's like, you know, this, you know, as you're moving through your life, walk through the grass some, walk on the beach some. Notice how it takes more adjustment in your ankle and your foot. If you've got foot problems, how does that affect it? You know, so if I've got arthritis in my ankles, am I really likely to challenge myself? Am I going to be in trouble if I go on vacation and try to walk through this gravel driveway? Because you're not going to have the ability to adapt to that if you're walking through the grass, you know. And so a lot of times what we'll see is we'll see patients that have fallen at home because they were trying to go get the mail and they had to walk through the grass to get to the mailbox. Or, you know, they've got a gravel or a shell-filled driveway. Or, you know, other things, you know, there's just, you know, places that are uneven. And so that's part of what we do. It's also a little bit of our shock absorption. And bottom line is it just provides our stable base. So let's look at some of the bones of the foot. So we're going to start with the calcaneus. The calcaneus is your heel. So now we're getting into the tarsal bones. Okay, so just like the carpals or the little bitty wrist bones, the tarsals are the little bitty ankle bones. The big difference is the tarsal bones are much larger than the carpal bones, and they're much more prominent. You can actually really identify individual tarsal bones, I think, a whole lot easier. Okay, so what we're talking about is the calcaneus. That's your heel. Okay, so you're going to have a tuberosity that's posterior, and that's going to be where your like Achilles tendon attaches. And we'll talk more about that later. Let's see. Okay, then we have the sustentaculum tali. Okay, so say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. Who came up with that name?
That's why I did, huh?
I said, who came up with that name?
Some Greek.
Did you say some geek?
Some Greek.
Oh.
That was
Probably a geek too. A geek.
Okay, so if you look at where that M is, basically where that's going to be is like right in here. And so that's or right in here. It's a little like lip, because this bone above it, this like square bone above it is the talus. So sustentaculum tali. Okay, it's where that talus is going to be hitting the calcaneus. So it's medial superior. It's the medial superior part. Projects out from the rest of the bone to support the medial side of the talus. And we have 3 tendons that loop around, changing their direction from the posterior leg to the ankle. Okay, so you've got some muscles that are going to hook this way to come into the, so it's going to kind of hook around this way to come into the bottom of the foot.